Tomorrow, it's going to mark 1 week since the town of Rolla, Missouri was struck by an EF2 tornado. Take a listen.
Oh, it's here. It's here. Look at all that debris. Oh my God. We are in a tornado.
Terrifying. The tornado, it damaged more than 750 structures in Rolla, but that damage extended beyond the town. The town sits in the county of Phelps, and dozens of additional structures were damaged in Phelps County too. And tragically, in the town of Rolla, there was loss of life. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, one person died as a result of running a generator indoors. If it's not properly ventilated, generators must be run outside because that's a toxic exhaust from generators.
And as you know, Stephen, the heartbreak and also the impacts from this tornado linger into today. You're looking at one of the businesses that was destroyed by that tornado, Full Range Fit. It's a fitness gym that was just days away from officially reopening after completing some renovations. So the renovations to the left and the destruction to the right. The owner of Full Range Fit, Shaun Wibbenmeyer, is joining us now. Shaun, we appreciate you taking a moment. I know and I can only imagine that it's been just a really challenging week as you try to assess the loss and how to move forward. So I guess take us back to when the storms did roll in to last Friday.
Yeah, started out. Friday was the final checklist to run through everything for the new edition that was set to open on Monday. We had final interviews with new coaches that were coming on board to help with the classes. We were going to, obviously have 20 people per class, 7 classes a day, and did the checklist, ran through a sample class with some of my clients who showed up. Everything went great. We were set, ready to go. Had a photographer coming in that night to take pictures, to do headshots for the new website and to get pictures of the new facility. And once we figured out that the storms were kind of imminent, we had postponed, luckily, the pictures because we were set to be there probably at 6 or 7 o'clock that night doing pictures, and we canceled it because of the tornado. And luckily, yeah, so we were lucky that nobody was there because, as you could see, the damages were pretty extent, and it could have been way worse.
I mean, looking at the town of Rolla too, Shaun, to see the devastation, which has been in ways widespread, it's devastating for the city, for the county. We watched that video from the Quick Trip. I don't know if you were able to see that, but it was just almost out of nowhere. I mean, you had a run-of-the-mill storm, but then suddenly these ferocious winds moved on through. Were you in Rolla during the storm, and did you know that this thing was moving close to the business? And by this thing, I would mean the tornado, because it was a confirmed tornado, right?
Yeah, our house. So I picked the kids up from school that day, and there were reports that the storm was supposed to be dangerous, but we're in the Midwest and we get those reports all the time. So and my daughter was even asking me that day. She's like, "Dad, how long has it been since a big tornado has hit Rolla?" And I said, "Babe, I don't know if a big one's ever hit," right? So it's just one of those things that you take for granted, the warnings. But so we had picked the kids up and we came back out to the house, and we were kind of watching the storm roll in. We live on a hill, so we can kind of see storms roll in. And it was different. It was definitely different. There were pressure changes that were happening in the environment that, I've lived in the Midwest most of my life, and I haven't felt anything quite like that. And so we have a storm shelter in our basement, and we had moved the kids and the dogs, and we have cows, we have horses, we have all kinds of stuff that we kind of secured, moved the dogs into the storm shelter with us. And I remember being in the basement. We have a wing wall that kind of walks out to the basement. And, you can kind of hear storms. I like storms personally. I think they're kind of fun at times. And we were listening through the back door, and there come a point where it just got real windy, and it almost sounded like Bigfoot was running through the woods. I mean, we had trees cracking and snapping. So at that point, I realized it was pretty serious, and it was really close, whatever it was. And we had tornado warnings going off on our phones. I mean, the warning system that we've got these days is obviously way better than it has been maybe in decades past. So plenty of warning. We got to the storm shelter. We shut the door. And honestly, in there, you couldn't hear much. We felt pretty safe. And then after about 30 minutes of being in there, that's when my phone started ringing off the hook. And Rocco Burrell, the owner of Burrell Rentals, where I had the property, he called me and told me that, Southside Shopping Center had been hit. And I asked him how bad. And he said, bad. And I said, how bad's the gym? And he just said, man, it's gone. I said, it's gone? He said, it's gone. So that was a pretty devastating feeling, knowing that we were set to open within basically 72 hours of this thing, that labor of love that we put a lot of effort into. And then we went to go check out the storm damage. We couldn't even get out of our house. We had trees down across our driveway. We have like a third of a mile driveway. So I had to get chainsaws, cut the tree out before we could get there. And it took us about an hour and a half to get to the storm or to the gym to see the devastation.
Wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, I heard that you were supposed to open on Monday of this week.
Yeah.
So days away from that. It is terrifying. And if you look at the state as a whole, Shaun, we had 18 confirmed tornadoes in Missouri. I mean, this was an outbreak, and a very dangerous and deadly one, sadly so. I mean, there were just so many parts of the state that were under the threat. And I want to ask you too, you know, loss of life is one thing, so thank God you and your family are okay, right? Given the strength of this tornado and the destruction. But so often we've been told by survivors that even just the loss of a home or a business, that feels like something you also have to mourn just because of the mountain ahead of you in terms of challenges. So I guess, where do you go from here? Knowing it was a strip mall and probably other businesses were impacted too. Have you guys kind of come together? What is the plan for you?
Yeah, now the efforts are in the community, and I want to give a big credit to the Rolla community. We've only been here for 4 years, and the Rolla community has banded together. It's really important to be with a good community, and I am, you never know how good your community is until crisis happens. And the community has banded together. So we had over 100 people show up Saturday morning after the tornado hit, just at our gym alone. And these people helped me uncover my business, to dig all the equipment out of the rubble. They're bringing food, bringing water, bringing prayer, bringing all kinds of help and to my business. And then the reports were that it was going on across the town. I mean, everybody that had a chainsaw, which we're in Rolla, Missouri, a lot of people have chainsaws. We're talking chainsaw efforts, just the whole community, the University of Missouri S&T. We had people coming from the Fort Leonard Wood military guys that had showed up. I mean, just really regionally, it was so impactful to see that there's a lot less division in the world that we think. And it was beautiful to have that many people show up to support us. And we have friends that lost their homes, roofs ripped off. And, right now we're just focused on getting everyone power, which remarkably, the power companies and all the people that have came around have done a great job. I went to Central Command yesterday and was speaking with them. And they had said that whenever they got here, they thought the impact was probably going to take over 3 to 4 weeks to get everybody power and to get things cleaned up. And the man at the Central Command said, a true testament to how strong the Rolla community is, that by Sunday, he anticipated potentially having most of the debris cleaned up. Wow. And power restored. So to the efforts of everyone that has showed up in full force and banded together to help us out, I thank you as a business owner. I know there are many other business owners that have opened their doors to help people. We just really think that we have such a strong community.
It's one of those things, Shaun, that you just have to, you lean on the community there. And for people who might not be aware of Rolla, located right along Interstate 44, about 20,000 people call Rolla home. You one of those 20,000 people. So a small town, but doing big things in the recovery process. We're, of course, going to be thinking about you guys. Hate that we've got more severe weather to get through, but let's hope Rolla is spared, because you guys have endured enough. Thanks for sharing your story. Best of luck, too, on the recovery. Shaun Wibbenmeyer, owner of Full Range Fit. Thanks, Shaun.